I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you I've put some points of what I would like to talk about for goal setting, but I think it's going to be the same as yours. But also, you apparently have a story to tell.
First of all, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, friend. I'm so sorry. I miss you.
And I miss you too. I miss everybody over there. You know what I really miss? I miss that restaurant that you guys took me to. That's right around the corner from the headquarters.
Oh, the vegan place.
Yes, I've thought about it a few times. I actually was telling a buddy about how open and receptive you guys were to, eating what I eat and trying the things that I try. And I remember going to Las Vegas with and being out there with David, and David like, Lupi, let's go get something to eat. I'm gonna eat whatever you're gonna eat. And he did that. He did that multiple times. So the first time we went to Vegas for the commercial, he actually did it. And he was so open to understanding what I eat, how I eat, and things like that. And it was an amazing experience to see how open he was. And then I was actually in Las Vegas again. We was out there for the conference November 19th, and we actually had went. I was trying to I was trying to get him on the cupcakes, on the vegan cupcake place, and they were closed. So I couldn't get him on the
Oh,
cupcakes.
I remember that.
Right. So that was another one. And then when I came out there with you guys, we actually went to a restaurant, that can accommodate both. And then when your birthday morning came, well, the morning after your birthday, and we went to the other restaurant where y'all ate breakfast. It was so easy for me to get something to eat because I ordered Uber Eats from the place that we had dined at like a couple nights before when I first came out there, and what that was in Fisher.
Yes, pure eatery.
Exactly. So I was actually telling a buddy how great of an experience it was to actually like I got my food before you
I
before
know.
y'all food came out. So just enjoying that experience, and you guys being so open minded to how I eat, and also not only then myself, Joshua Johnson T, and David Lecco, we actually found a cool spot, and we actually had went to a vegan restaurant, and it was about a mall, about a big mall too, and that was over there where we end up getting them shoes from.
Oh my gosh.
David favorite shoes. Do we still have those shoes?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. He
So
certainly does. You went to because you went to the fashion mall for those.
that's what y'all call it, the fashion mall.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't
So
get very creative.
yeah, we went to Saks Fifth. That's one of my favorite stores. I haven't been shopping in a while. I've killed shopping for a little while. I haven't been doing any shopping. I just been chilling and really trying to stay focused on my business. And speaking of business, I do have a story to tell.
All right, tell it.
So this is a not so happy story, but this is to educate those who are watching. Are people chiming in already?
I don't see any comments yet. Guys, tell us where you're from. Who's here?
Do you don't see the little eye at the top where it shows the count of how many people are in?
Yeah, I see that there's 10, but I don't see any comments.
Okay, so I'm gonna add value right now. So for those that don't know, I do have my first Airbnb with a buddy of mine. He's a partner. His name is Chevy Green, and y'all can actually find him on Instagram at the Real Chevy, and he's in not Las Vegas. He's actually in Louisiana. He's in Shreveport, and him and I did a few collaborations. Wisconsin, Missouri, what's happening? What's happening? We actually did some collaborations on a couple creative deals, and we actually have control of a townhouse in Midtown out here, and it's a 4-story townhouse with the view of the skyline. You go to the top floor, and you can actually view the skyline of Houston downtown, and and we've been actually, trying to make sure we keep it occupied. I remember when David actually first had his Airbnb, and things were going smooth, and then he had a little glitch in the matrix, so to speak, when the cleaning staff didn't complete their mission right, and he was bombed out because they took away a super host. For you guys that don't know, as far as the Airbnb, our Airbnb, we took over their property creatively. So it was a lease option it was a lease purchase. So a lease purchase is where you have a lease with the option to purchase, and the terms are up to you, whatever you agree with the seller as far as your terms. Now we have an agreement in place with the actual seller, for a particular price, and we have a certain amount of time to actually pay him off in full. But this is not just a regular lease option agreement, because we actually took over the property subject to the existing mortgage. So what we're doing, we're paying the monthly note directly to the loan holder, and we're only paying the note, and that's it. So that means the seller is not getting any cash flow, but it's a lease option, meaning that whatever price we are at with the seller, as we pay the monthly note, no matter how much of the monthly note we pay, whatever agreement that we have with the seller to pay a particular price, we have to pay that in full when it's time for us to cash out. So that means the seller will be able to get some money at the end of the deal. But right now he gets nothing because we're taking over the property subject to the existing mortgage. Now my partner and I, my partner Chevy and I, we actually put a nice amount of money into this property. We probably we're over 25 grand into this property that we had put into the property just to get it up and running. It was about 25 grand. So we actually split that down the middle as far as getting the property ready. I was the boots on the ground. It was a lead that I actually sent to Chevy, and with him showing me how to do creative deal structuring, I provided him with some real hot leads, and we end up getting a couple houses out here in Houston, and me and Chevy had only met in person a couple times. So that actually shows the power of networking. It was like Chevy and I saw each other one time, and then next thing you know, we had a house together, which is like right across the street from here. And then a couple months later, we end up getting an Airbnb, which is in Midtown. So that just shows y'all the power of networking and doing business with somebody. Hey, Milton, hey, reach out to me. Hey, I'm looking for anybody that's in the Houston area that's open to networking and actually learning anything from me, or if I can learn something from you, I'm always an open book, and I like to see if I can add value to you and or your business, and vice versa. So I'll let y'all know how to reach out to me in a bit. But back to this story, as far as with the Airbnb, man, with the cleaning, it's crazy. You got to have a cleaning staff that is on point. Now, this property is 4 floors. It's 4 stories. And on top of that, it's 2,500 square feet. So this is not a small house. This house have like real high ceilings and everything. So this is a big piece of property. And we have a cleaning crew of 2, but let's say our checkout time is at 11, and we may have a check-in that come in right after that for 4. We have to, rush to get the property together, within that amount of time. And it's kind of like in certain scenarios, you have it where the tenants may leave out early. They may leave early, but then again, majority of the time they have had a few drinks. They may have partied or been up late, enjoying their last day there or whatever, and for whatever reason they don't get out on time. And that right there put a damper on you getting in and out the property in an adequate amount of time. Ooh, that's the perfect word to use for that, adequate amount of time, right? So we actually had been dealing with people really not getting out on time, and that slows our cleaning crew up. And with that being said, the cleaning crew, they were doing good. I can't say that they were doing great because I still had to follow up and do 2 or 3 walkthroughs myself, and that were things that I had to kind of make sure that was done. And a property manager that we had co-hosting the property with us, she actually would have to be doing things also, which wasn't fair because we were actually paying for a particular service. But with Airbnb, everybody who don't know anything about Airbnb, I'm gonna let you know now. And this is some good value right here. Airbnb is so over the top with how they're structured, because it's all about ratings. And the thing with it being all about ratings is not necessarily the perfect case scenario, because now with how things are, I don't know how things were then, but I know how things have been during this process. We've had some good tenants in there that stayed for a couple weeks or a few weeks when we first put the Airbnb up, and it was doing great, no complaints or anything. Now we were having to lower our price some because this is a big property, so we had to have a certain cleaning fee. And then with that being said, we also had to have the price to where that it made sense for us. That way, like we wasn't even making money yet as far as coming back in the green. Like we're still in the red, actually, trying to make sure stay occupied, because like I said, my partner and I, we put a little over 25 grand into this property, give or take, but that's a lot of money to be waiting on the back end to recoup, while we're trying to keep the property flowing. So me and my guy, this is his first Airbnb just like his mine. And we just hit the ground running, massive action takers. And what we do, we break down barriers, we jump over hurdles, and we break through walls and things like that. So with that being said, we actually had our little bumps in the road. We had our rocky roads. We had our mountains to climb, and we have our headaches, our bumps and bruises that comes with the learning experience and just being an action taker, and not really going through the perfect training that shows you this and that and that and this. Because as far as we knew, we were like the only ones in this little particular area with one of those townhouses like that on Airbnb. So we knew that we had a unique property, from the get-go. And we, like I said, we hit the ground running. Now back to the cleaning crew, your cleaning staff have to be on point, because once you are at a certain price point, you do have slow days. Now Airbnb makes it to where you can adjust your price. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with that. If you guys are doing Airbnb, hit the thumbs up in the comment section. Let me know that you're out here, taking action, and you're an actual real estate investor, not just a wholesaler. Because everybody and anybody can wholesale, but when it comes to actually being a real estate investor, like what you say when you talk on the phone, yes, we're real estate investors in the area. I'm an actual real estate investor, meaning I have invested my money in real estate. And with that being said, like just hitting the ground running with this whole project, it been an awesome experience. So I'm not complaining, but there is rules and regulations. And then on top of that, there are different tricks and tips and things that people will need. And this is one of them. Your cleaning crew has to be on point. Now, when it's all about the ratings, that's what makes it, kind of blurry, because anybody can actually tarnish your reputation at any time, at any given moment, for anything. And you have no control over that because it's their rating. So you can actually rate the customer also, and they can rate you. And with it all being all about ratings, everybody want to be the super host. Me, I was actually in it for the money. The super host thing was great, but we know we had prime real estate. We had a property right like 2 streets from downtown. It was right in Midtown, 2 blocks from downtown, and it was right on the side of the freeway, meaning I had access to every, when I say every enter ramp and exit ramp you can think of within this little Houston, the Houston metropolitan area, where you can actually go anywhere and be there within 10 minutes. That's how prime location this property is. And we knew it was going to be a smash hit. But like I said, you can't adjust the prices on your slow days, and you can have, premium clientele that don't care about the price, but on your slow days and the monthly note coming in, and you want to make sure you pay that 2,200 a month, and that's just on the note, and that's not even including bills. It was one of those scenarios where that, hey man, we have to play with the prices, adjust the prices so we can get somebody in there. That way the Airbnb can pay for itself, because that's what we're in it for. We're in it for, yeah, we're in it for that cash flow.
Yeah.
That's what we're in it for, because like I said, we're in the red. We're trying to make sure we get in the green as quick as possible. With the events, that are going on, hey, they opened up the stadium. They're playing ball in the stadium. But if you look at, if you guys are watching basketball, which I don't, because I'm engulfed in education and training. That's all I do. I don't watch TV, you guys. But if you guys are watching basketball and all that stuff, you see the arenas are empty. So we are like 5 minutes away from the Toyo Center where the Rockets play. We are right there by Minute Maid Park where the Astros play, and then the Dynamo Stadium where the soccer team is. And then we're not even 10 minutes away from the NRG Stadium where the Texans play. And then we're 10 minutes away from the Galleria, which is the what kind of mall you said that is?
Fashion mall.
That we right by the fashion mall where you go in that day, and you ready to spend all that money. We about 10 minutes away from there. So it was just the perfect location. And we're actually, waiting for things to open up so that way we can explode, for holidays. Around about this time, people are getting ready for the rodeo out here. It seems like, if I'm not mistaken, they've pushed the rodeo back. So all this main attraction stuff, is not balling like how it was before the pandemic. Were we aware of that? Sure. But we're right by the medical center also, and we're right by downtown. So we were expecting to be able to have doctors, nurses, lawyers, or anything like that, to come in and be able to utilize the property. So we had our prices set for premium clientele, and we had premium clientele that did no complaining. But then once we lowered our prices, we started getting low end clientele. We started getting the partiers, the people that was, that wanted those deals. And if you didn't have the deal that they like, when they come to your property, if they find something that they didn't like, they would, complain about it. One of my main things was that once we lowered our prices, we got, lower end clientele, meaning we got, we lowered our prices cheaper. So we got cheaper clientele, meaning they did not understand, taking care of a 4-story, $400,000 plus property. I didn't mean to throw the price out there. That's not no bragging or nothing, but this is prime real estate, you guys. This is a $400,000 property we're talking about here, and everybody do not know how to appreciate that. And it's sad to say, but that's truth. So we would have people coming in there and they were breaking things. People would not take off their makeup. We're changing blankets, and we're changing comforters and pillowcases, and we're leaving the makeup remover on the side of the bed and they still using a towel. So it's always looking like a horror story or horror picture when you come in. So when these people actually were breaking things, we wasn't realizing it at first until we got in the property. So people will break stuff and then call us or send us pictures like, hey, why isn't this that clean? And why isn't this that clean? So we used to set up flowers, right? So I was so amped up about the Airbnb. I would go to the flower shop because it's right down the street. It's 24 hours a day they open, and I would go get roses and all type of different flowers that just smelled good. So I'll go spend about $100 or something on flowers for each guest that came in, and they would go in different vases in the house and things like that. And some rose petals will fall off. And if they're on the dresser or whatever, and the fan is blowing, people had a fan on, they'll go behind the dresser or whatever. So when you have a dresser set up and you have your cleaning crew to go in there, it's not no big dresser to where you can actually see up under there. You would actually have to get on your hands and knees and look up, almost put your face to the floor to actually see that there was something under there. So we were getting people that were actually moving the dressers and things like that, finding like little things. It was weird. People was finding like rose petals and send us pictures like, hey, your cleaning crew didn't clean this. Hey, your cleaning crew didn't clean that. We were having people complaining about dust being on a picture, like a picture like that. People rubbing their finger across it saying is not COVID. It's not COVID. I forgot how they said it, but it was weird. But people was actually breaking things first and then starting to find little things to critique us and say that, hey, this is wrong with your property, this is wrong with your property, this is wrong with your property, and hey, we basically need something in return. So it was one of those situations where I was kind of feeling like David for a minute. I remember being on live and having David on my live when he was feeling all bummed out about it, and I told him, man, don't feel bummed out. And I don't think David is doing Airbnb anymore, is he?
Nope.
And it's something like that when you have a genuine person that want to accommodate the city, and those that come in and out the city, or those that actually are living in the city and want to kick back and relax in a prime real estate type venue, they have the opportunity to enjoy a 4-story villa. And you're not in the Mediterranean somewhere. You right in your city, but you have a 4-story villa. And it's a gated community with only 4 of them in there. You have a garage. You have a gated community, small gated community where you have your own parking and things like that. We was really accommodating a lot of people, and we were really being misused. And tell you about a story that just happened. Like, I haven't been asleep at all tonight. We had a shooting at the Airbnb. So we had a shooting. Somebody got shot at the Airbnb, and yeah, it's tough. And they didn't get shot in the Airbnb, but right outside the little community gate, they had an altercation, and somebody ended up getting shot. So my neighbor called me out, and my neighbors, they love me. It's only 3 neighbors. They love me because, hey, I'm going there. They saw me fixing up the property, putting the whole property together. They watched because they thought that I was going to come in there and be partying, but I didn't. I was going in there and I was working on the property, getting the property put together, redoing the roof, painting the trimming, redoing the landscape. We really put a lot of effort into making this property pop. But we had a shooting last night, and I'm bummed out about it because when we went to the property, it was so many people outside. I have cameras on the property, so I'm seeing everybody go in and out, but the cameras is on the property, not in the property. You can't have cameras in the property. So I'm just knowing that people are going in and out. This is 3 in the morning when we get the call. It's 3:20 in the morning when somebody gets shot, y'all. So we get out there. By the time I get there, it's almost 4 in the morning. Well, it was about 4 in the morning by the time I got there. The host that we have hosting, she got there a lot sooner than me because she was closer. And it was basically an investigation going on. So we were trying to find the person that we actually was hosting. He was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. We called this guy over and over again. He would not answer the phone. Now, when you have an Airbnb, you actually have the Airbnb line that you directing all your calls through. Is like a funnel. You text through that funnel, you call through that funnel. He would not answer. So what we did was had to call him from the personal phone, and then he picked up. But before we did that, we had one of the guys that was standing there. Only 5 people were supposed to be there. Now I have my phone and I'm watching people go in and out all day, and it was way more than 5 people. But my neighbors wasn't saying like, hey, you need to get over here now. If they have a concern, they'll, hey, tell your neighbors to tone it down, it's too late. Or, hey, tell your neighbors don't park, right here. Or, hey, tell your neighbors to make sure they close the gate because we have clickers for the gate. Everything was to accommodate them. Garage door opener, clicker for the gate, everything. They didn't have to get out their car, punch no codes or anything. Now, we are trying to find this person. Couldn't find him. But the guys that was there with him, who was standing there with him, called him. He answered, and they tried to hand me the phone. I say, no, tell him to show up. Somebody has been shot. We are hosting you. You need to be here. This house shouldn't be packed full of people going in and out, and you're not here. We're not hosting them. We're hosting you. So if we're hosting you and you're hosting them, that's basically a chain of command, basically, So, we had to tell the people that was there, since this incident had escalated to somebody being shot, we can't allow anybody in the property, because I'm talking to the deputies through the camera, telling the deputies, hey, 3 people came out, but it's a house full of people. Be careful, because is a small closet under the stairs with crawl space, is like 3 big closets that go up each floor, because it's set up to where you can put an elevator in there and go straight up. So it's 3 large closets on each floor that's aligned with each other for an elevator. So I'm letting them know, and it's a garage right there, and I see a car in the garage and you can't see in it. So I'm telling the police, because I have a camera in the garage and a camera on the outside. Hey, you gotta be careful. Don't just go in there. This is what's in the property. This is how you navigate through. Start off under the stairs when you go in there. So more people just came out. More people came out. So by the time they got everybody out, I'm still pulling myself together to get out the house. It's like 3, almost 4 in the morning already. So, we calling the guy, he never answered. The guy called his friend. The friend called the guy we hosting. He answered. We tell the guy to come. First the friend said, hey, he's at his girlfriend's house, which didn't make no sense. Why is you at your girlfriend's house and you got a 4-story villa with a view of the skyline? You wouldn't be there. You would have your girlfriend there, right? So with the master bedroom, with the jacuzzi tub, bubble, and the shower with the stone in there where you can sit in everything. But why would you be there? So when we actually called him from the other phone, he answered, and we like, where are you? So he went from saying that, hey, that was his brother that got shot, and he's 40 minutes away. And then he was saying he wasn't there, but then he said, man, I had to leave. I was scared for my life. So he put himself there, took himself from there, and then put himself 40 minutes away. And the host that's co-hosting with Chevy, she used to be a trauma. She used to be in the trauma team for Memorial Hermann. So what she did was call the doctors and say, hey, do y'all have a gunshot victim? And they confirmed that somebody had just got dropped off for a gunshot wound. So we let the law enforcement know, hey, this is where the victim went. So everything was like, we basically did the investigation for the police, basically like, hey, we need to get down to the bottom of this, because we need to find the person that we hosted. Long story short, the police was saying this was a civil matter, but I was like, hey, this is a civil matter, cool, but I need y'all to stay here so these people can remove their items from the house. We don't have the person that we hosted here. Can't nobody go back in the house, period. So the guy, we go in the house, is weed everywhere, cigars everywhere, bottles of liquor everywhere. We have a no smoking policy. The whole house smell like Cheech Chong been up in there. So as soon as we go in there, as soon as we step foot in there, we hit the record button like we usually do once a guest leaves, because we have to document everything that's wrong, because Airbnb have been really fumbling the ball with, accommodating the actual host and making sure we get reimbursed. Airbnb, it has been real inconsistent and actually making sure the hosts are taken care of, and we're putting all the money into the property. So it's a shame, but hey, this is what we have to do. We have to go in there and record everything, everything. Last time we had somebody break the couch, then cancel on us for Christmas. They came in there, broke the couch, and then found like all type of little stuff to say that the house was messed up, and then put the broke couch on us when we had walked through the whole property, recorded the couch, and everything was in order. We recorded the whole property. Man, we not only did not get reimbursed for the couch to be fixed, they gave these people a $1,600 refund.
Oh dear Lord.
So we had a booking right before Christmas, and then they were supposed to come in 2 days before Christmas and stay right before New Year's, and then we had somebody a couple days before New Year's until this weekend, and then we had these people that just got the booking. So we were supposed to be booked up. So not only did we miss out on $1,600, that they took back from us, they also didn't help us, pay for the things that were damaged. And on top of that, the people that left before them damaged some stuff and broke some stuff. So we almost have to report something every time, from sheets to comforters, everything. So the guy did not ever come. The person that we was hosted, he never came, right? He came 10:30 this morning. Tried to punch in the code, and the code don't work because I disabled the code. Like, it's not gonna just be you just freelance, you just come in and out. So this guy has been threatening us, like he literally threatened us, like he was gonna come to our house, to our residence type stuff. So now my host is with the Harris County deputy right now, filing a police report, because we don't know what these guys have going on. Somebody just got shot last night.
Jeez.
Yeah, and now we have to fight. Now what we're doing is sending all the documentation to Airbnb right now, from everything to the videos. The news people end up coming out last night and all type of weird stuff. Well, this morning, because it wasn't last night. This is like 3-4 in the morning.
Good Lord.
Airbnb, y'all, I want y'all to know that Airbnb, to be honest with you, like
do you think you guys will end up now just renting it out instead of
to be honest with you, with the money that we put in and renting the property out is not what we're in it for. That's not going to get us all that money back that we put in.
Right.
That right there. Yeah. Like we put over 25 grand into this property. So Airbnb in it was what's going to give us those extras. It was going to get us in the green with certain events and things like that, certain periods of time where we can have our upcharge. That was going to get us in the green. And then we can start focusing on purchasing the property. Hey, Evelyn, how you doing? Miss you. I ain't seen you in a while. If that's the same Evelyn, I could barely.
Yep, that's Evelyn. Hey, girl. Hey, Shanita. I do have to run to a meeting here soon, so I want to get to our goal setting.
Goal setting. Get you some whiteboards. I have 4 whiteboards in front of me. So yeah, get your whiteboards together.
Boards. I was gonna just say a couple of things when setting your goals. I do a year sayings, like affirmations, mantra, if you will. And then also I wrote this almost 5 years ago.
I mean, this every day. Your affirmations and stuff, you need to be on them every day. I got to do mine for the day because I've been up all day, so I have to do mine for the day.
Yeah, no, you gotta. So I made a 5-year one. I almost have all of them done, and I'm almost to my 5-year. And then also, just like Lupi said, David actually gifted all of us at DealMachine. It's called the 5-minute journal. And what you do is in the morning, you just write down 3 gratitudes. You write down three things you're going to get done. And then you're also going to write 2 affirmations and write them into being. And so however you do that, try making that a just, I know if you're tired in the morning or anything like that, but just try not to make excuses for it and just like write down those goals. And you can make some big, hairy, scary ones, but also make some really like manageable ones. So that way you're not just constantly feeling like you're not going anywhere. Would you agree with that?
I do, but all my goals are pretty big, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, I just got my first coaching client yesterday.
Woo!
So yeah, I started the Level Up Accelerator program, and I'm adding extreme value to the marketplace and the community by helping people that want to get their first wholesale deal on and off the table, and or their first deal period, whether it's creative or not. You know, I started an accelerator program. This is not a course where you come in and you get just, you know, minute videos, 3 minute videos. This is hands-on, one-on-one. This is coaching, you know. So I'm so proud of myself. I've been setting like real high standards for myself. Like you said, the 5 year goal, have your 3 year goal, have your 1 year goal. What you want to do once you get to your 1 year goal, you want to have you a 9 month goal, a 6 month goal, and a 3 month goal. Because what you have to do is get the book traction, get the book 12 week year, get the book 5 day weekend. And what this do is it's just like Think and Grow Rich and all that, where it kind of shows you what you need to do as far as doing what you would normally do in 1 year in 3 months, and that's a quarter. So you should be trying to do what you would normally do in 1 year in 1 quarter. So that means you should do 4 years worth of work in 1 year. And that's how a lot of people are actually scaling up and moving like real fast and blowing up like a rocket. I mean, blasting off like a rocket, you know. So big shout out to Byron Investor, because he the one that actually put me onto that book. He put me on the traction, and it shows you how to get a grip on yourself and your business. And that been a big part of me doing my actual goal setting, is that book. That the book traction helps you with goal setting, because it actually give you the structure on why you should do a year worth of goals, and focus on doing a year worth of goal and compact it to do it within 3 months. So yeah, the 5 year goal is an absolute must. You want to put big goals out there. You don't want to just put like low hanging fruit goals up. Like that's cool, but if you really know that you can accomplish that, you know, you're gonna basically accomplish that, and you're not gonna really feel like you just did it. You know, you're not gonna feel that real sigh of relief. So what you have to do is set that awesome goal, that terrific goal, that fantastic goal. You know, that goal that you may think is far-fetched, but it's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you, and you just got to reach out and grab it. That's the goal that you need to put in front of you, not the low hanging fruit where it's like already in your hand. Because some of the goals people set for themselves is right in their hand. And I'm preaching to myself right now, because I've done it before, and I still do it from time to time. And there's nothing wrong with that, you guys. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to put goals out there for you. You want to set goals for yourself that you may think is far fetched for you, because you never know. There are people becoming millionaires within a matter of months, not even knowing or having a clue about the niche that they're jumping in, or the market they're jumping in. People are becoming millionaires real quick, especially with networking and partnering up with the right individual. And that's another thing, having a wonderful support system and sharing goals and sharing visions with people that's a part of your team is an absolute must. Because if you have a team member and y'all goals are not balancing each other out, then you know it can collapse, because the foundation is not solid. And I know this, you know, on firsthand experience. So I don't know how many people up in here. I hope y'all heard that clearly. If you are partnering up with people and your goals are not aligned together, and your core values are not in place, that's another thing. You have to put your core values in place. And those are some of the things that, you know, I have struggled with my almost my whole, this is my 2 year anniversary, you guys. And there are things that I still struggle with. There are things that I'm still trying to get a grip on. There's things that I didn't know that I'm still learning today. And that just take, continuing to take action, continue to have a mindset of growth. And then you have to make sure you have a peace of mind. And then from there you have prosperity. And then from there you can start thinking abundantly. And it kind of goes in that order. Some people may think I'm wrong. I don't know everything, but I know for me, that's basically it's how it's flowing for me. And it's going to take you some time, but knowledge is everything. The key to success is reading, or get an audio book, have the right mentors, have the right partner, have the right person on your side. For the past 2 years, I've been having some of the wrong people on my side, and I didn't know it. But guess what? I've had some of the most wonderful people on my side, and I still have some of those people on my side. Like Elise, she's a wonderful person. She's still by my side. So I know that at any given moment, if I need to reach out to Elise, she can give me some type of insight, some type of, wisdom. Like I needed her to help me with my postcards. I need her with my postcards right now.
What?
Like David, he's a great person. I can speak on Byron the investor. Like me and Byron the investor, like done countless deals together. And he's a wonderful individual. He's been helping me with my growth process from day one, and I always learn a lot from him. And I always tell him, "Hey, man, I'm taking notes, right?" And he gets it. And it's been a pleasure with working with people like that. So make sure your inner circle is not is not really your outer circle.
Yeah.
If I'm saying that, if I'm hitting home on that, make sure your inner circle is really not your outer circle, because you can't confuse that, and you can have the people that's supposed to be outside your circle inside your circle, and that can cause like breakage. That can cause loopholes, and that's not what you guys want. That's not what you guys want. So goal setting: have your 5-year goal, have your 3-year goal, have your 1-year goal. Yeah, I skip over 2, because usually your 3-year goal will actually turn into your 1-year goal if you start gaining traction the right way. And that's all comes to basically putting systems in place, having the right person in the right seat. And that's one of the main things. And I'm very, very happy to say that Elise is my friend, because we actually came a part of DealMachine almost right at the same time, and I watched her grow. And David, he put the right person in the right seat. And I remember going out to Las Vegas, and we were actually shooting a commercial for DealMachine, and David, valued my opinion after sitting down with me for the first time face to face and just hanging out with me and him by ourselves, just really getting to know each other. He valued my opinion. He asked me what I thought about Ty. I said, man, Ty's a great guy, man. We need him. And Ty ain't went nowhere since. He got the right person in the right seat. So some of you guys out there, I know I've had challenges myself. And those, I don't say challenges that often, but usually I just say goals. But having the right person in the right seat is absolutely important. And me, myself, as a business owner, I've still been kind of struggling getting the right people in the right seat. But hey, that takes growth. That takes taking action. And it is a process. There's a process to progress. So hey, I don't know what y'all doing, but let 2021 be your breakthrough year. Everybody spent all 2020 breaking down, just breaking down, crumbling apart. Everybody, listen to Lupi right now. 2021, let's make this your breakthrough year.
Yes.
Let's not focus on breaking down. Breaking down is negative. We need to break through. We have to break down barriers. We have to jump over hurdles. We have to break through walls. We have to climb those mountains. We have to blast off like rockets. And then we have to look down on the little small earth and help all the earthlings.
I love it. No, we do. You got to blast off. And I love that you said 2020 was a breakdown for a lot of us. I mean, it was a shock, but it also is this is a breakthrough. And I love that. so thankful for you, Lupi, for real, always. Me
too.
I always learn and come away with something new from us talking. And you were talking about, you know, Vegas and stuff like that. And when we met in Vegas, one of the precious times that I hold on to from us is talking about our goals, talking about where we want to be. And I really appreciated you hearing me out, and you know, hearing you as well was just a real blessing and a real amazing moment that has always stood out to me. And I really appreciate always your support. I hate to cut this off. I have to go to a meeting today, but another thing you guys should be doing is every other Monday being on here, listening to the value that we're bringing, especially if you're just getting started off in real estate. Please don't be afraid to ask questions and learn more from this, because we're going to be talking not just about DealMachine, but just about how to be successful and how to break through this year.
It all starts with mindset. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It all starts with mindset. So let's be productive, not destructive. Let's be proactive, not reactive. Let's be an attraction, not a distraction. Excuse or useless. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Breakthrough year for you guys. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right, guys. See you later.